Hey guys, this is Umar Productions, aka number 4673, and I am back in Wilder Ran Story Part 5. I think this is Part 5. It's Chapter 7, either way. I made myself a cup of tea. I'm gonna sip it now. Good cup of tea. We're gonna continue. We're on a boat, as far as I remember. I don't know how the sound is, so we're gonna have to see, because it's all quiet now. Sorry if there's been a huge break in me recording. It has, well, I've been to a convention and it was fun, and now I'm back. Oh, this is new music. Interesting. Alright. Things fall into a strangely easy routine on the ship. This is really funky. I'm like dancing to this. I'm sorry if the mic is funky again. I'm trying my hardest, but it is not easy. This music is awesome. Van is the only Gene abroad, and so is relied upon quite heavily by the rest of the crew. There is no job for me to do, and I return to an odd shadow of my old life. The rest of the passengers are people of varying wealth, and I am naturally recognized as one of the higher class. My return to a life of leisure does not so sit well with Ran, as it shouldn't. You should, like, insist that you should work. That's just me, anyway. Well, I guess you have to keep up the rules. But still, you should work as much as Ran does. One day, I step up on deck for some fresh air. My eyes fly immediately to Ran, far above, tangling with the rigging. A sailor stands below, spotting him in case he falls. Morning, milady. Good morning. Got a good one there, milady. He nods his head towards Ran, who is currently too busy to take notice of either of us. Very hard worker, if a bit, dickish. The sailor gives me a grin. Glad someone finally said it. An elderly gentleman passes by, taking a moment to squint up at Ran. But worse for wear, isn't he? How many lashings have you boys given him? Oh, he ain't one of ours. The sailor inclines his head towards me, and the old man turns his appraising gaze my way. He yours. Yes. A tough one to break in, eh? Still, albino, I can see why you didn't give up on him. I'm not exactly sure how to respond, and luckily I don't have to worry about it. The elderly gentleman moves on just as Ran slides down to the deck. Done. The sailor claps him on the shoulder. Ran's body goes rigid, and his mood only worsens when he notices me. Understandable. Nice morning, mistress. I understand why he's pissed off. Like, this is why I didn't want him to work. Excuse me. I can't see if this is a photo with a filter or an actual background. Oh well. Try to make peace. Ran, please, you must know I didn't want things to be like this. Must I know that, mistress? I'll just leave you to... No need. Ran spares me one final withering look. I guess I could bait him. I guess that could work a little better. Lovely, thanks ever so much for asking. Oh, you're ever so welcome. Okay, it sticks out the same. I have work to do. With that, he walks away, leaving me alone on the deck. Every night I sleep in my own cabin while Ran bunks in the crew quarters. Tonight, however, I managed to convince the captain to bend the rules. I've asked Ran to come to my room after his duties are done. Of course, I'm not sure that he'll come. There's a knock on the door. Come in. The door opens. It is Ran. That ever-present mask of irritation is finally cracked. His face is going slack with surprise at what he sees before him. What is this? Honestly, it's not much. A chicken roast with mixed vegetables and gravy. Some chilled with wine in a bucket. Some chilled wine in a bucket. Nothing special, but it was the best I could arrange. Don't be kind. I just wanted to do something nice for you. It's not much, I know, but Shabanu. Yeah? Can you stop talking so I can eat already? Oh no! Not the water music! Okay, are you guys ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? We tuck into our dinner for together at my little table. We eat silently, save for Ran's rare little murmurs of enjoyment. So what's this? A reward for good behavior? I was trying to make a nice gesture. A gesture, right? What? Well, you know gestures. He raises his hand, waving it vaguely. Gestures easy to make. Fair point. Look, I'm trying. Maybe I'm not trying hard enough, but I don't know what else to do. I had to beg the captain to even allow me to give you this tonight. Rand pauses, his face softening as he tilts his head. You begged the captain? This seems to please him. Wish I could have seen you lower yourself like that, Chabanu. Wanting to move on from this entire conversation, I grab the bottle of wine, and corking it, I pour each of us a glass. Have you had wine before? Once or twice. Sometimes shared a glass with the old professor on special occasions. The truth is that I've never had so much as a drop of alcohol in my life. I feel strangely naughty. I can't help but laugh at myself, fugitive accused of murder on the run, feeling naughty as I take my first sip of wine. As we slowly empty our glass, I feel myself growing bolder. The crew likes you, What? They really do. They're always telling me how much you've helped them. The other day, one of them said their ship would probably have fallen apart by now if it didn't have you looking after it. Ben looks down into his glass, and I wonder if I shouldn't have said any of that, but then... I didn't know that. Yes, because you never talked to anyone. They'd say those things to you if they thought you wouldn't bite their heads off. Apparently alcohol doesn't loosen Rand's lip, it just makes him even quieter. Once we're both a couple of glasses further in the bottle, I'm definitely feeling it. My mind turns to the elephant that's always in the room, and suddenly the words are out before I can think any better. This is not gonna go well. Oh, that. I thought we were gonna talk about the sexy times, but yeah, okay, we can talk about this too. I'd almost forgotten. This is not the music for talking about the guy we kind of murdered. The Shah. Rand goes still, his eyes meeting mine, waiting, wary. I didn't kill him. I didn't kill him. I swear it. I know. And neither did I. I was going from room to room trying to find a way to escape. Found him instead. He was already dead? No. He was trying to speak, reached out to me. I don't even know why I went to him. He died moments later, and I was left covered in his blood. Stupid. The mystery of the Shah's death continues to eat away at me. At least we know it wasn't him. I chase the thoughts away with more wine, and Rand seems to be doing the same. Eventually dinner is all over. I'm feeling pretty damn tipsy. Not so good at holding your wine, Chabanu? I can't deny it. Excuse me. Head buzzing and pleasantly numb, I feel bolder than ever. Rand watches me with narrowed, almost affectionate eyes. Suddenly, I can't remember why I'm always trying to hold myself back. You shouldn't just do that. It's a bad idea. Well, on the other hand, he's obviously doesn't... As soon as you start talking, that's when he gets all defensive, like actions... I've seen that, actions actually affect him better than words do. But at the same time, I don't want to, No, I'm gonna ask instead. I'm gonna try, and I'm not just gonna do things that he doesn't want. That's happened his entire life. So what is this? This entire thing where we pretend nothing happened between us back at the spring? Because it did. Something happened, and it was... I don't know if I'd call it good. It was bizarre and confusing and kind of fast. But it still happened, and we pretend that it didn't. It's strange, don't you think? He takes a deep breath and gives me a look that's somehow cold, kind, vulnerable, and firm at once. You've had a lot of wine. Aren't you sleepy? Don't try to deflect. We're in the middle of something important. Damn him, I'm feeling sleepy, though. My last memory of that night is one that might not even be true. But I could swear that as I climbed into bed, that it was Rand guiding my hand at my elbow and his voice just in my ear before I fell asleep. Sleep well. Damn it. Stupid cutie. T-sip. The days return to normal. Rand doesn't come to my cabin again, and we don't talk about our conversation that night. The other passengers are friendly enough, but I can't help but feel paranoid whenever anyone's eyes linger for too long, which you should, because you're in danger. So I keep to myself. The only person who seeks me out regardless is the elderly gentleman I met before. While I say as little about myself as possible, he's more than happy to substitute his own life story as topic of conversation. I learn that he's a widower and an Umar native. He is clearly lonely, and I take the time to talk to him whenever I can. He talked like really bad about slaves. It's the polite thing to do. Politeness has always been... Okay, fine, I'll be nice. I feel genuine sympathy for this man and his sad story. As Umar is his home, I do manage to get some useful information about what to do when we dock. We're supposed to be ruled by the guild, a committee of prominent citizens. What a joke. That Yassir has ruled Umar in all but name ever since he swished into town. Yes, I've heard that before. You don't approve of this, Yassir? I encourage his ranting, hoping to learn more. He's too young, hot-blooded. Got all these fool notions in his head, all these modern crusades. Making Umar a slavery-free city was his idea, you know. Which is good, damn it, old man. Never asked us loyal citizens what we wanted, no, just up and free the gene without a thought. As he should have. I thought there was a vote. Oh yes, a fair democratic vote that I'm sure he in no way manipulated. He continues to complain for a fair while after that, but my mind is on other things. I am now convinced that we must seek out this Yassir once we arrive in Umar. Yeah. After some more begging and needling, I get the captain to agree to give me another night with Ran. I'm sitting in front of a very tempting crab platter, trying my best to be a good host and wait. Finally the knock comes. I answer the door and get quite the surprise. Good evening. Good evening. The elderly gentleman stands expectant holding a tray of food. I thought that you might like company for dinner. Fuck. He casts his eyes over the room, the two plates set at the table. Are you already expecting company? You have to say yes, then. No, not at all. With this man's traditional views on Jean and their place in society, no good can come from him knowing the truth. We'll have to reschedule. This is gonna be a bad idea. When Van comes, I'll have to send him away before he looks too suspicious. No, I wanna... Wait, quick dinner and get him before Van arrives. I do so hate eating alone. He settles at the table. Feels so lonely. I eat as fast as politeness allows, but it isn't fast enough. We barely into the meal before the dorm slams open. He's better be absurd this time, he freezes. The old man freezes. Ran. Suddenly the old man is on his feet. How dare you! He draws himself up, taller than he's ever looked before. Impudence! Oh, disobedience! He strides towards Ran, bellowing. How dare you speak like that to your mistress? Ran's eyes are wide, he still hasn't moved. Get out of our sight, now! Ran's eyes dart from me and back to the man. Other than that, he seems still frozen. Face purple with rage, the man raises his hand. You better get in between that. No! For an instant I can see it in my mind. How quickly Ran will grab that hand, how easily he could break it in his fist, how much blood he could shed before you even get a chance to stop him. That's not what you're gonna think. You're gonna think that that guy... stupid old man is gonna hit him and you're gonna protect him. That's not what... What the fuck, Jiraiya? That man is clearly in the wrong. Damn it! But Ran doesn't grab the old man's hand. He does something utterly unexpected. He flinches. Stop this! In a strange twist, I am the one who rushes over and grabs the elderly man's hand, holding it firmly in mine as I lower it to his side. Everything is dead quiet. Ran's eyes flick to me once again. I can see the anger in them, the humiliation. His observance already fading, that old familiar rage and violence returning. Things could get violent. How do I handle this? Oh man, I don't know. Fuck! I can't. I cannot. No. I cannot take the choice away from him. If he wants to stay, he will. Ran, stay. I don't want him obeying any of the old man's commands. Ran looks at me with confusion and tentative approval. Lady Jiraiya, I really think... As for you, sir... I can't disguise my own anger. I don't want to. You will never raise a hand to Van again. You will not speak to him or me for the remainder of the voyage. My lady, please. Your heart is too gentle to understand the lengths of which one must go for proper discipline. Ha! No. He's an old man. I can't hit him. Oh, fuck it. The sound of the open palm slap I lay across the old man's face rings out in the silence of the room. He stares at me in open-mouthed shock. What was that you said about my gentle heart? I lean in close, temper held by only a thread. Would you call yourself properly disciplined? Now, get out. Face no longer red with only outrage, but now a healthy dose of embarrassment. The elderly gentleman leaves without another word. Rand stays quiet as well, watching the man go, then turning to me. He's opened his mouth, then snaps shut. His lips tremble with effort to say something, or perhaps effort to keep it inside. I, for my part, feel my legs start to tremble as I fall back into my chair before they collapse beneath me. What a night. Okay. Sorry, just moved the mic a bit. As awful as it was, the incident taught both me and Ran an important lesson. From then on, he treats me with a distant sort of respect whenever we bump into each other about the ship, which isn't that all often anymore. We need to keep up appearances of things who get dangerous. The last thing we need is to cast doubt on ourselves. Not now, after we've come so far. One afternoon, I am tempted up on deck by the sound of music. A couple of crewmen are playing instruments while the passengers are gathered to dance and enjoy the show. Even the captain is there, happy to watch the event. I enjoy watching the dancing. I've never had the opportunity to dance myself, not with real music and a partner and an audience. My eyes find Ran as soon as he steps up on the deck. He's looking directly at me too. T-zip. Oh my god, please say we're gonna end up dancing. That'd be so cool. Just checking if it's still going. A very uncanny talent we've developed, being able to sense each other's presence in any given situation. But things are strained between us, and I think we're both making efforts to ignore each other. My lady, may I have this dance? A well-dressed man bows his head and extends his hand. Cornered, I take it. The music is lively, and my feet must move quickly to keep up with the dance. As it turns out, I have the grace of a newborn deer. I am not cut out for dancing, it seems. My feet trip over each other in a desperate attempt to match my partner's steps. He only smiles, seemingly unbothered by my lack of grace. Then it's time to change partners, swapping mid-dance in a seamless loop. As my new partner swings me around, I catch Van's eyes once again. He is watching. The dance continues until the world is spinning, yet somehow my eyes always find Van. They always find him watching. I sleep well that night. That is until the call. Up on deck, everyone! Up on deck! What? I open the door a crack, trying to get a better picture of the situation. But as soon as it opens, I find myself face to face with a stranger. Who? You deaf girl, up on deck! The man grabs me by the arm and drags me away. My first instinct is to fight. My second instinct is to pay attention to the sword in his hand and perhaps go along with him for now. Pirates. Everyone else is already up here. Families huddled together, some people are crying, and Rand stands with the rest of the crew, all surrounded by ragged men with swords. Evening, folks. Sorry to arrive unannounced. A tall man in a long coat and a wide hat steps into view, standing amidst us like he's on a stage. He's just like every illustration I saw of a pirate brought to life. Now, we don't want to outstay our welcome, so we'll make this quick and easy for everyone. No blood needs to be spilled tonight. He takes a step towards me, pressing his finger under my chin. No virgin sacrifices. With a wink, he then strides away and clearly enjoying the hell out of his own speech. Tonight we're after goods, not people. So if any of you fine people have some valuables to donate, it'd be much appreciated. I looked out to our own captain, but he's currently restrained and gagged. Impotent rage and terror is written all over his face. We've actually been boarded by pirates, and they snuck up us on so excuse me. And they snuck up at us so quietly, not even one person was ready for them. Most of the pirates disappear below deck, presumably to ransack our rooms. When they return, they make the rounds among all of the passengers, collecting jewelry and coins, or other such valuables from trembling hands. The pirate captain struts around, surveying the operation with smug satisfaction, until his eyes land on Ran. Holy hell's an albino! He strides up to Ran, looking at him up and down with a greedy smile. Then he turns to us, his captive audience, and announces, "We'll be taking the Jean as well." "No, you will fucking not." He gestures to one of his men, and then the burly pirate goes to grab Ran. "Wait!" The pirate captain spins, eyes wide, and somehow delighted at my outburst. He waits, expectant. "You'd said you'd just been taking goods." He steps closer and gives me the condescending look of a man speaking to a small, stupid child. "That's what I said. We'll be taking the Jean." He's close now, awfully close. Close enough that his sword hangs from his belt, just out of reach. You gotta trick him instead. "Please, come no closer." Face lighting up with sadistic glee, the pirate captain takes a single step closer, face pressing almost up against mine. How incredibly predictable. I make a show of hunkering down in fear, letting him follow me in a laughable display of dominance. 1 second later, my hand has found the hilt of his sword and drawn it. "Step back." He does so, eyes wide with shock. In a few bounds, I'm at Rand's side, tip of my sword now at the throat of the pirate trying to take him. Don't. Now that I have the moment to take in the situation without fear and confusion clouding my judgment, it's suddenly clear for me that, while the pirates may be armed, there are not too many of them. I can sense it in the other passengers too, the moment they realize how outnumbered the pirates are. "Now look here, little Spitfire." Suddenly your ship's captain lets out a yell as he breaks free. Slipping a knife from his boot at a lightning speed, he lodges it in the pirate's shoulder. The pirate's captain's face loses some of its arrogance. Rand chooses that moment to lash out with his... Oh, that wasn't a ow, it was a ha sound. Oh god. His clawed hands cutting down 2 pirates in one motion. Chaos breaks out on deck. Even the other passengers start to fight back. It seems that the pirates expected us to be easy pickings, and this show of defiance has them completely off balance. Little bitch! Suddenly the pirate captain is before me, face twisted in rage. I raise the sword, clutched in my hand, but too late. He grabs my wrist and twists it. Hard. I cry out in pain as my hand goes limp, dropping the sword. With a malicious grin, the pirate captain raises the back of his hand. I close my eyes, brace myself. The slap never comes. "Don't touch her." When I open my eyes, Ran is there, standing in front of me, the pirate's captain's face eclipsed by one of Ran's clawed hands. With one motion, Ran sent him flying across the deck, landing in a heap. Scrambling to his feet, the pirate captain calls to retreat. Him and his men fall back to the rowboat, which they snuck up on the ship in the first place. Some of the passengers even try to follow, not wanting to let them escape. What is this madness? A captain holds up his hand. "Ladies and gentlemen, let them run with their tails between their legs." We all watch as the pirates row back to their ship, hidden well in the dark of the night. Everyone murmurs excitedly amongst themselves, and the captain gives me a warm smile. My lady, I believe you just incited your first riot." "Oh, a hero!" "Don't let it go too late." "What? No, I laugh, incredulous, somewhat hysterical, but I'm quickly cut off by Ran. He takes my hand and wrenches me away. It says a lot about the surreality of the night that everyone is too distracted to even object. Without a word, I'm dragged below deck. As soon as the cabin door shuts, behind us, Ran has my back pressed against the wall. Jesus Christ. "Are you hurt?" "No." His finger brushes over my face, coming to stroke my bottom lip back and forth, tracing it with incredible focus. Then he kisses me, mouth somehow both soft and hard, devouring me with his lips and tongue. Sparks are everywhere. Drawing back, Ran looks at me, wanting more. Red eyes watching mine, waiting for a sign. I love how it had to, instead of, last time it was a little more keep going or not, now it's just, have sex, do not have sex. They have to clarify it. You didn't have to. You know what, why not? A little roll in the hay has never killed anybody, as I'm sure it has. I'm sorry. I give a small nod, and that's all that's needed. Our lips find each other again, and our bodies come together. I don't feel confused this time. I don't have a word for this feeling. After we regain a little composure, he allows me to pull him to my bunk. As we lie in the dark, this entire night begins to feel like a dream. If I couldn't feel his warmth against my body, hear his breaths in my ear, I think I'd be half convinced I imagined all of it. Jiraiya. You were incredible tonight. Early up on the deck, I meant. I know what you meant. I burrow closer and he lets me, as we lie side by side, pressed tightly against each other until sleep claims us. Nothing quite manages to stop the excitement of that night. The voyage continues in relative peace, and it isn't long until the announcement comes. We're approaching Umar. I stand up on the deck with Ran, looking out at the sea, not towards Umar, but in another direction, out at the endless horizon. There's so many more places out there. I'd like to see them. So would I. We turn to Umar, the looming city ahead of us. It's been a long journey, but I almost don't want to dock. It's where I've been so desperately trying to reach all this time, but I just can't shake the feeling. Once we step off this ship, everything is going to change. Damn. I think we have time for another chapter. A chapter 8, if you may. I hope the sound is gonna be alright. I've had some sound trouble, but yeah, whatever. Let's go! Chapter 8. As we disembark, the captain halts me with a gentle hand on my shoulder. Miss Jiraiya, please take this. He presses a small purse into my hands, coins clinking inside. You saved my ship. While I cowered like a whipped dog, he found the courage to fight. Besides, the Jean was a good worker, and he fought like hell when we needed it. He acknowledges Ran with a nod. Ran regards him with the same cool indifference as always. The two of you may very well have saved the lives of everyone aboard, my lady. Thank you. Pride. The feeling fills my chest, alien and warm. Once Ran and I stand alone, the city of Umar ahead of us. It strikes me just how large it is. Well, here we are. Now what? Shopping? Shopping? Fine. We need to find a nobleman named Yassir. You know this man? No. But you know he will help us. Well, I hope so. There we go. That's that old familiar look of disdain. And how will we find this man you do not know, who may or may not help us? He's the most powerful man in the city, so we look for the largest mansion. Jiraiya, that is so stupid. That plan is indefensible. Alright, I will admit it's a stab in the dark, to say the least. I know, but... Oh! Is that it, do you think? Sorry. I point to the spire of an enormous white manor, a little way from the docks. It's easily the biggest building for miles. You have to be kidding me. Ugh, excuse me. We wind through the streets ways until we are almost at the manor. Sorry, I am incredibly unladylike today. A tall iron gate runs all the way around it, and a couple of well-dressed, imposing Jeans stand guarding the main gate. So much for the slavery-free city. But as we get closer, I see that these Jeans are not wearing slave bands. I think they might be employees. Rand snorts dismissively, but it then seems to think on that possibility, going quiet. Excuse me, upstairs. Yes. We're here to see Lord Yassir? The guards share a glance. The silence goes on and on. Please don't say Rand was right and that led us to the wrong house. Lord Yassir is not taking visitors today. Oh, but we've been through so much to get here. Well, Yassir is an important man who are used to demand an audience. Fear grabs me every time I try to speak. Bahadur said that Umar would be safe, but is it truly okay to tell these strangers who we are and why we're here? Step away from the gate, ma'am. Listen, this girl has come a long way. Tell your slave to keep back, ma'am. Ran goes still, fire kindling in his eyes. He's used to being spoken to like that by humans, but another Jinn. What's going on out here? Captain Royo. Just seeing off some riffraff, Captain. This Jinn, clearly their superior. It's clearly as their superior. She stands with all of the poise and authority of a captain of the guard, sharp eyes weighing us. State your business. Captain, we already asked them, and now I am asking them. Go ahead. We've traveled a long way to speak to Lord Yassir. All we ask is for an audience. Where did you come from? Should I tell her? Better yet, let me guess. See, I'm right, am I? Okay, let's go for another one. Your name is Lady Jiraiya. How? Oh, look at me go. I'm good at this, aren't I? And you? She turns to Ran, narrowing her eyes in thought. Ran. Damn it, I was so close. Her hot exterior melts a little as she turns a smile on me. Lady Jiraiya, we've been waiting for you. Hardness returning in a snap as she addresses the guards. Open the gate! With that, she turns and strides back inside. As soon as the gate opens, Ran and I follow after her. This is suspicious as fuck. Doesn't this feel like a trap to you? Yes. Right, good, as long as we're on the same page. The main hall is incredible. I was raised in the lap of luxury, but my aunt and uncle's villa had nothing on that place. This place. A man who must be Lord Yassir waits, sitting casually in a comfortable red armchair. I go to greet him, then stop in shock. Standing beside him is a man dressed in the robes of a heartseer. Yassir must be obscenely rich. I always thought that only kings had their own heartseers. I don't trust the heartseers after that one heartseer, kinda fucked us over. My lord, they are here. Damn, hello! Excuse me. I did not see that coming. Hello. So how are you? Damn it. I was so sure it was gonna be another no sprite, so I just didn't expect it to be a person at all. Damn it. Hi. Now he needs a voice. Well, He breaks into a wide, warm smile and opens his arms in welcome. Greetings, Lady Jiraiya, and, Ron. Yes, of course. Greetings, Ron. Actually, his name is Ran. Oh, my apologies, Ran. Reports from Sia have been so conflicting. About the only detail that remains consistent is that the Shah is dead and his killers are on the loose. Now, would you two of you happen to know anything about that? His eyes are warm, but they're sharp too. He knows everything. If he didn't, his heartseer would soon tell him. We did not kill the Shah. Really, how fascinating, then who did? We do not know. So you were framed? Who would do such a thing? We don't know. You're very quiet, Ran. I would welcome your thoughts. Ran can't quite hide his surprise at being addressed so directly. I don't know who killed the old man. But it couldn't have been Lady Jiraiya. I only found the body. It could have been anyone. It could have been her. But it wasn't. She didn't kill him. How can you know for sure? I know. But I know. Ran meets Yassir's eyes and doesn't waver. With a click of his finger, Yassir summons the heartseer forward. The man tilts my chin so that our eyes meet. He stares into me, and for a moment I am right back at the wedding, being proclaimed guilty in front of everyone. And no one will listen. Why will no one listen, please? Without a word, the heartseer turns to Ran. Although clearly uncomfortable, Ran lets the man step close, holding his stare with a defiant sort of confidence. It's as they say, my lord. Tears spring to my eyes. I can't stop them. They are innocent, and they know nothing of the true crime. Oh, finally. Thank you. Thank God's heartseer. Yassir, thank you. Yassir regards us with unreadable eyes. Well, that's good enough for me. Clapping his hands, he gives us a beaming smile. We shan't stand by and see innocent people harmed for the sins of another. Wario, my lord, prepare a room for Lady Jiraiya and a room for Ran. Right away, my lord. With a bow, she takes her leave, still reeling from finally being judged innocent. I don't miss the fact that Lord Yassir is giving each of us our own room. Even something as simple as the offhanded assumption that Ran could have his own quarters goes to show how progressive this man's thinking is, which is good. But I don't completely trust him. He really does see the Jinn as equal, He does, which is really, really good. But at the same time, there's something fishy about him. He's probably the one who killed the Shah. I'm not angry that he did, but he probably is the one. The two of you are safe now. I'm extending you to the official protection of the city. Umar stands behind you. I let out a breath that I've been holding for weeks now. Glancing at Ran, I see his face is almost cracked open. Everything in him must be screaming he can't trust this. Can't trust that he's really safe. And it shouldn't. But he wants to trust. Don't. I've recognized the expression. I've seen it before once. That night in my cabin. My heart clenches. Trust it, Ran. Trust me. Nope. We each settle into our separate rooms. After night has fallen, I sleep alone, but I don't feel lonely. Earlier, we were both called to dine with Yasia. His servants attended us throughout the meal. They were respectful, but not cowed or afraid of the way a slave would be. Yasia treats them kindly and with respect, and it shows. I wonder if Sia will ever be a place like this, where Jean can be fairly paid and fairly treated members of society. Sleep tugs at me, and for once I don't feel afraid of letting it pull me down. I am so suspicious. Why am I the only one who's so suspicious? I always take the wrong cup. Alright. My foot's asleep. The next morning, I dress and head to the main hall, feeling lighter than I can even remember feeling before. I do not trust this. Good morning, Jiraiya. I hope that you slept well. I did, thank you. Sorry, I had to check that the time is still going. It's a lovely day. I do hope that you'll take advantage of this clement water and go see some of our beautiful city. The idea is tempting. When I bump into Ran coming out of his room, I ask if he'll accompany me. Alright. Well, that was easy. Really? Should I have said no? I was just expecting more of a fight. Bit disappointing, really. My apologies. Now you're just being agreeable on purpose. You got me. I suggest the market as our first destination, and Ran doesn't seem averse. It must feel nice, to have money again. I suddenly remember the purse the ship's captain gave me. Fishing it out of my pocket, I spill the coins into my hands. It's a decent amount. I feel Ran's eyes on the money and on me. He won't say anything, but I know that he's waiting for what I do next. We give him half. Here. I count out half of the coins and press them into his hands. This is your share. Thank you. He pockets the money, patting its resting place almost obsessively. When he catches me looking, he gets a somehow proud, somehow embarrassed look on his face. I'm legally recognized as a free man now, Shabanu. I'm able to put this coin to good use. Which is good. We walk around the market, setting a slow pace. From stall to stall, I enjoy looking at all of the exotic things for sale that I had never seen in Sia. Even Ran seems on the cusp of relaxing. Distracted, I accidentally collide with a woman coming the other way. Ran reaches out and steadies me, hands lingering on my shoulders. Sorry. Not at all. You two have a good day. She nods to the both of us and walks away, like what she hadn't done was just completely mind-blowing for people like me and Ran. She acknowledges him as an equal, like it was normal. I love Umar. I love it here. Ran doesn't say much. He still feels out of place and off balance, but he's happy. I can tell. Merchant, baker, blacksmith, tailor. Huh? Every man needs a profession, doesn't he? I wonder what mine could be. Bodyguard? You'd make a good bodyguard. Shit. Sorry. I mean, you're strong, have good attention to detail. You mean instead of killing humans, I would protect them? Good point, maybe not. But librarian wouldn't really work, would it? I guess he can't. How about librarian? You're well read, aren't you? I could get paid. Oh, that's a good one. I could get paid to take care of books. He seems happy to think on the idea. Eventually, the wide road splits out of sight of the grand water fountain. Do you want to sit for a while? All right. Fine mist from the waters. Oh no, it's the water. It's the sexy song. Sexy song. I really do love this track though. Fine mist from the water sprays spray cools my back as I settle on the rim of the fountain. There we go. Ran sits close, turns slightly towards me. This is not what I expected. Umar? Yeah. He pauses for a moment, thinking. I didn't believe it could be true. A city in which Jinn and humans live equally. Don't misunderstand. I can feel a good number of disapproving eyes on me even now. Not everyone embraces change. But to even be here, walking tall, not having to worry about keeping my eyes down, I was wrong. I was wrong about a lot of things. His eyes meet mine and hold them, serious and true. You're not what I expected either, Jiraiya. I have treated you poorly. I'm sorry. Holy fuck, is this actually happening? Am I dreaming right now? This cannot be happening. I haven't always done the right thing, either. I'm sorry too. Ran shakes his head, smiling. We know better now. Warmth spreads through me from the sun shining above us and from Ran's beautiful open smile. I think this is a good place to end the episode. Yeah. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!